Hey friends, Jessica here with Creators Couture, and I've just released a new set of Photoshop brushes inspired by fiber and textiles, and it's about time we do some tutorials. So today's going to be a really fun and fast little abstract tutorial. We're going to do something like you see here. What I really like is sometimes if I'm just starting out with some new set of brushes, or I just need to shake off maybe a little bit of creative block, I love just layering up some brush strokes and seeing what happens and kind of following that serendipity. So that's what I did today. And if you are a Behance subscriber, first of all, the brushes are available now on my website. That's awesome. If you're a Behance subscriber, you can download this demo file, use it in your projects. Also, I'll have the loaded brushes, so that's a lot of fun. And what we're using today is we're finally busting out with my tutorials and going to use these brushes here, which are inspired by textile, fiber, threads, all of that kind of stuff. And where these brushes really shine is if you have a lot of colors in your color palette. This is using my pattern stamp technique. If you're not familiar with it, doing multicolor brush strokes, I'll link the foundation below. But where these brushes really shine is if you have a palette that has a really nice range of colors, because then that's like really where you're going to see the best out of these brushes. And as you can see here, I've demoed these with a really good color palette that's got loads of colors, and it just, they really shine. And what I also did for this one was make my own multicolor blend, my own color palette. And on the foundations tutorial, you can see how to do that. But basically, I make a little pattern, and all of these colors here will come out of my brush. So I actually just made this little color palette, myself. And I wanted to have something that wasn't too monocolor, so I added different colors in there, and so I used that in the tutorial. So that'll be also included for you Behance subscribers. And now, first of all, this is just like layering up a bunch of brush strokes. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to Window, Arrange, let's see here, 2 up vertical, so I can kind of see my, my inspo here. And maybe just have a little bit of that showing. Let me zoom out a little bit. Oh, goodness, I just had lunch and I am a little bit sleepy. So first of all, I've got a purple background, and now what we're going to do is get the pattern stamp tool out. I've actually already saved these brushes for you, loaded up with a color. So if you're a Behance subscriber, you could follow along, have a little bit more fun because you don't have to look for the brushes. Oh, and I should just show you a little bit like some of these brushes in action. So let's just look here. So this is like brush number 1, and then this is using that new color palette that I just made. So I really like it. As you can see, we've got this kind of knitted fiber sort of effect here. I like brush number 7 too. Here you've really got those kind of fibers like in a fiber thread, so when you have that color palette that's got lots of colors, it's really good. They really shine. So first of all, I'm going to grab brush number 12, and I am loading up using that color palette that I just created. And I'm just going to go through and fill up the background. So this is kind of how I started. You could do, every once in a while with a color palette, you might have like, a color that comes out that you don't really like. And if it does, just go over it, and then the next one will probably be fine. But I just thought this was cool. And so we're just going to fill up this background. Like there's almost a touch of black on that from one of the color palettes that I use. So if that ever comes out, then I just I'll just go over it. So I like it. It's fine. We're going to cover up most of this. And then actually, you know what, I'm not going to do 2 up vertical. I'm going to go here so that I can kind of take it back layer by layer. And let's see here. Let's hide these layers. I'm going to select all. So here we go with our background, and now we're going to add just like some little highlight brush strokes just to break it up. So we're going to go here, make a new layer, and then I grabbed brush 2 from this new collection, and I'm using some color palettes from my original Modern Impressionist brush studio. So it's this one here, and it's color palette 173. And I just love that. I have so many color palettes now that I don't necessarily need to do everything from scratch. And so it's kind of fun just to use all my resources and libraries at hand, and just get lots of use out of them. So there we go, step 2. I'm liking it. We're just having this kind of fibery, kind of very cool surface pattern design looking situation. And then I thought I would accent it with some little brush strokes here. So this is brush 47, and the second one I used was brush number 2, yes. And then now we're getting into brush 47, and with color palette 164 from the Modern Impressionist. Let me just close that palette out. And here we can see our brushes. We'll scroll down here, just look at it. This is 47 and 48, so they're just nice kind of fiber looking things. So, okay, let me redo my things and just kind of filling in some of the, some spaces, kind of maybe having it go out from some of these, these little splotches here. Very abstract, but it's fun, just kind of breaking it up. You don't have to worry about everything being like super perfect or whatever, but that's good. Okay, so there's the one that I did before, and there's the one I did now. I feel like I should make these and also these are pressure sensitive, so if you want it to be a little more subtle, then you would push, lighter pressure. But if you really want those colors to be strong, then, use a harder pressure. So there we go. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be going through this tutorial fast because I just turned off my portable air conditioning machine, and it's already getting so hot in here. It is super heat wave in Europe. Here in Nice, we're just dying. I cannot wait for next week. We've been suffering so much. It's not fun, and I don't have I only have little partial air conditioner, so yeah, it'd be rough. Okay, so here is where I just kind of went a little crazier, and I just thought, I was like, oh, I want to make kind of cloud-like sort of shapes. So I grabbed brush number 9 and used this dark blue again from this thing, and I really like how that looked kind of very textured and fibery. So that was the inspo, and here we go. This is brush number 9 from this collection, and color palette 119, which is a blue, like a dark blue from the Modern Impressionist. And let's just look here. So I just kind of, had a little fun. I liked kind of making a little bit of a transparency. And I should do this one just slightly different than the other one, because why not? And sometimes you cover up something I just think this looks so pretty. There's so many pretty things happening here. And it's just with abstract, you just don't have any necessarily rules. Okay, I'm just going with this. Maybe I'll just do one up here just to be a little bit different. I don't know. Sometimes I'm covering up things that I like a lot, so I don't know. Okay, that's fine. All right, we'll just stick with it. But I like that kind of fibery, soft sort of thing, and then with a bit of transparency as well. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and oh, you know what? I'm going to save this as, because I already have my starter, demo 3. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to hit save, make a new layer, and then I just added a touch of this brush. What brush was this? Number 50, similar cloud kind of thing, but with just a light pink. So I did brush number 50 with Modern Impressionist palette 164. So I'm just going to kind of cover over some of this clouds, and it's just super abstract, but just kind of had a little fun making a little bit of layering here, and I don't love that. So anyway, abstract, you can just kind of do what you want, and I'll just say that's fine. Sometimes it turns out nicer when you do it before, but okay, all right. maybe not that much. Okay, so that's fine. So there we got a little pink. So we're going with it. Hit save. And this one was a little bit more minimalistic. This one I kind of covered a bit more, but whatever. And then I had fun. I just was like, oh, I want a little like sparkle or something, kind of giving this idea of like starry. I mean, it's all kind of doesn't make sense, but it's abstract, but I kind of like these clouds, and we've got the colors that are all wild, and then some little bit of stars. So what I did was I went to this like starry brush collection that I have, and I'll link it below, and I got these starry brush 22. And what I went ahead to do is use a one of the gold, even though you're not going to see a lot of the gold, I use one of my gold textures to give it that golden kind of effect. And it was from my my crystal, oh my gosh, now I'm forgetting it, the crystal and gold collection, layer styles collection. So I'll go ahead and put, gold mine, oh my God, not me forgetting the name of my products. Okay, now I gotta go look really quick. I'm like, I've been out of action way too long. Hold on, shop layer styles. I'm out of control here. Oh yeah, Celestial Gold Mine, that's it. Dead. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add just like gold layer number 2 on it. And then I'm just gonna draw, it doesn't matter what color you draw in, because we're using a layer style, which is just a, which is just a texture that's put over like a pattern overlay. So anyway, we're not gonna worry about that too much. And I'm just gonna throw in some little starry, maybe on the darker areas. I think that really works well because it kind of pops out. So I just did that, and maybe some over here. It looks quite pretty. Kind of put these like vertical strokes with the starry bits. And now I'm going to make a new layer, also add the gold layer. And then I got this starry brush 15 for some bigger stars. So we're kind of like going to intersperse them a little bit. And I kind of like the idea of leaving maybe a little bit an empty area here, because maybe this would be nice as like a quote graphic, or this could be like really pretty, you know, something for like a surface pattern design, like to go on a notebook, or, you know, something like that. I think it's pretty. It's abstract. It's kind of fantastical, but I love it. So put some stars on there, and then make one last layer. And the last thing that I did was just throw a little fun on here. And let's go to my original. So I just put this like kind of a fibery, sort of thready sort of layer just over some of it, and I use that same pink again, that same pink color palette 164. So let's just to show you this, it's got this like really, it's almost like a cotton candy effect. So just put it over like some things just for fun, and giving this sort of cotton candy effect somewhere on the thing, and I just liked it. So I just put a couple things here. Here I put it here and here. I just put it in a couple places on my original one. But let's hit save, and that's pretty it. So now you could use this. It's like quite fantastical. But I kind of wanted to, I was sitting down and I had all these ideas to use my fiber inspired brushes, but then sometimes you get so many ideas when you're not sitting there at the desk, and then you're sitting there at the desk and going, oh, what should I do? And sometimes I feel real dumb. So I was like, I have, you know, I had all these grand plans, and then I'm sitting down and I'm like, I don't know, I'll be like really blocked or something. So I was like, let's just do something abstract, kind of shake off the cobwebs. Plus I'm like wildly behind on, you know, new tutorials and things like that. So I've just had a lot of different things going on. So it's just a good way to kind of get back into it with not like anything necessarily wrong or right. So I think that that's really fun with it. So yeah, I'll have everything linked below in case you are interested. The fiber brushes are out now already. And again, if you're one of my Behance subscriber, you get the bonus, you get access to the Photoshop file, source file, and the loaded brushes. So you could go through like I did and have a lot of fun without having to like go search up the brushes yourself and everything. So I'll put that in the early access folder right now. And if you guys have any, what do you call it, like suggestions or things you want to see me create with the new brushes, let me know. Requests or any kind of requests you have for new products, new tutorial ideas, or something you want to see specifically, let me know down below in the comments. And I'm really happy to be back with tutorials. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you're liked and subscribed, and I will see you on the next tutorial. Okay, bye.